Welcome to the BISP Solutions. My name is Anjali, and in today's video, we are going to discuss the Tata Motors case study planning in the planning application. So we'll definitely discuss the cash flow statement because in the previous sessions we have covered the income statement as well as the balance sheet. Now the third financial statement which we're going to discuss here, that is the cash flow statement. So again, I'm having the requirement. First, we're going to discuss everything there, and then we implement the same in the planning application. All right? Yes. So this is the cash flow statement. So basically, cash flow statement can be prepared uh, with the two methods. First one is direct method. Second one is indirect method. So if you follow the indirect method, so the activities will be covered here. That is the operating cash flow. I mean the cash flow from operations, then the investing cash flow, cash from investing activity, that as well as financing cash flow. So there is the cash flow from the financing activity. So basically, first we understand how the figures arrive here, and then we discuss about the member formula. So in the operating cash flow, the net earnings are taking the reference from the income statement. Here you can clearly see the net earnings are coming from the income statement. 2474 is the figure for 2012. So it is 2474. Then depreciation and amortization. There is a separate calculation have made for the depreciation and amortization. So let me show you that also. This is covered under the supporting schedules. So there is basically three calculations available. One for the working capital schedule. Second one is for the depreciation schedule. Third one is for the debt and interest schedule. All right. So basically the depreciation has been calculated in this way. Plant, property and equipment opening balance was 50,000. Then capex, that means if we incurred anything to incur, like to purchase any machinery building, whether it is a capital expenditure, so that amount is 15,000 less depreciation. So they have a straight they are normally following the straight line method. So 19,500 is the figure they have directly given here. So the closing is 45,500. Now depreciation can be calculated in any way, whether it is a straight line, WDV, any method. But because today we are going to discuss the cash flow statement, therefore I'm not discussing so much about the depreciation. This will be discussing in any other video. But for now, the main thing which we need to consider, that is the capex amount, that is 15,000 will be taken there in the cash flow statement. Okay, so this and the depreciation amount was 19,500. Okay, so this 19,500 you can see there in the operating cash flow, and then less changes in working capital. So the changes in working capital arrive from this figure, basically working capital schedule. So all the current assets minus current liabilities will give us the net working capital. Okay, so it is 9003. So it is absolutely correct. Now, net earnings plus depreciation minus changes in working capital will give us the cash from operations. So it is 12,971. Okay, this is the final figure for 2012. And in the same way, we can use the driver based planning in the planning application. Now, the next thing which you need to consider is this 15,000 which they have incurred for buying the capital expenditure. This 15,000 will be taken there in the cash flow statement in the cash from investing activity because they have invested in the plant, property and equipment. So that figure will be taken by the cash flow statement. So in this way, cash flow statement will be taking figures from balance sheet, either balance sheet or the P&L account. Depreciation sometimes directly taken from the P&L account if the depreciation amount is correctly given there. Like here, you can already see this 19,500 amount. So in this way, you need to take uh, the values from the different financial statements to complete your cash flow statement. Okay. Now the next thing is, if you talk about the cash from financing activity, so that will be covered by the issuance or repayment of debt and issuance or repayment of equity. So there is 1,70,000 in the first year, then second year there is no data, and third year 20,000 is subtracting. That means debt has been repaid, or whenever we take the loan, so cash is inflow in the company. So that is why it is a positive figure. But when we uh, repay the amount in lump sum or maybe in installments. So 20,000 if repay, so that will be the cash outflow for the company. So that is taken in the negative amount. Okay, in this way we need to take the figures. So you need to understand first how the supporting schedules have been calculated. Again, we have clearly seen the depreciation and working capital schedule. Now, if we see in the application, so how we can create the same cash flow statement. So first, I'm going to show you the smart view. This is a complete replication of my planning application. So let's see. Here I have just created the cash flow hierarchy where I have taken the operating cash flow, then investing cash flow, as well as the financing cash flow. Okay, now these activities will give us the net amount for the net increase or decrease in the cash, and whatever will be the net increase or decrease will be add up to the opening balance, and we'll be getting the closing cash balance. Okay, we'll just figure out the calculation, like how the calculation coming here. So here basically I have used the member formula. Let me show you that also. So if I need to calculate this cash from operations, so there I have applied the net earnings plus minus depreciation and amortization plus changes in working capital. So this formula first I have written this in the notepad: net earnings plus depreciation and amortization minus changes in working capital. The same formula I have written here and then paste in the application. So this is the member where I need to see the value. First, the data storage property should be the dynamic calc. Whenever we apply the member formula, the other data storage property should be the dynamic calc. Then in the plan when you will find the formula. So this is the formula. First we'll write this, then validate, and then click on save. So in this way, I get this cash from operations. So let's match it with the requirement sheets. So this should be 12,971 in the first year. I have only taken here only 5-6 years for the planning. And then second is 28,239. Third one is 37,505. Then 42,354, 43,480. Then 49,789. And in this way we can expand our planning for the different years. Basically what is happening here, some are the historical results, and based on this they have calculated the forecasting period. And in our application we are also doing the same. We are just using the driver based planning for getting the result. Okay, now this is all about the cash from operations. The same thing if I need to see there in the investment in plant, property and equipment. So 15,000 have been incurred throughout the year. Clearly see. So it is 15,000, and the cash from investing activities that this. So I can directly take the reference from the investing in plant, property and equipment in this. So let me show you the cash from investing member as well. So under the cash from investing activity, yes, this is a member. Again, this is a dynamic calc member property, data storage property, I mean. And then when you click on the rule, it is taking the reference from investments in property and equipment. Definitely, if there are some other members included, so we'll definitely write the formula in that way by adding few more members. But right now, there is only one member in the cash from investing activity, so I'm taking that. Click on validate and then save. Now, the third thing is we need to um, see that is cash from financing activity. So whatever I have done, like the data validation we have completed. So let's mark it with different color, maybe green, or this is also we have completed. So it should also be green. Now the third thing is financing cash flow. So again, here I have just manually input the data, like the issuance or repayment of equity was done in the first year, that is 1,70,000. So this is 1,70,000. Then in the third year, minus 20,000. So it is exactly same. Now, when I see the cash from financing activities, so it should be 1,70,000, 20,000, and in the last year, 35,156. Okay. Then this is also validating. Mark it with the green color. Let's see if any member formula I have applied here. So here the issuance repayment of debt plus issuance repayment of equity will be giving us the total of cash from financing activity. So it is validating and save. Now, if I need to calculate the net increase or decrease in cash, so this is the final formula which I have applied here. I have taken all the three activities for calculating the net increase or decrease in the cash. That is cash from operations plus cash from financing minus cash from investing activities. Now, the main thing which we need to understand here, that is why I have deducted this cash from investing activity, because we are just considering only the cash coming in the organization, not the cash outflow. So the cash from operations and cash from financing means we have just getting the cash from somewhere, maybe repayment, maybe we have taken the loan, so that is also a cash inflow to the company. But if I have purchased anything, if I have invest my money in something like for buying any machinery or car or something, so that is totally pure cash outflow for my business. So definitely I need to deduct it so that I can reach out to the net increase or decrease in cash, right? So this is the reason why I have written this formula in this way: cash from operations plus cash from financing minus cash from investing activity. And when I show you here in the application, click on the member formula and in the plan one. Okay, so I need to open it once again because formula is already applied, or we can write it once again. So let's copy the formula from here because members are already there in the application. And then validate. The member formula is valid, and then click on save. Okay, now when you refresh the database, you'll find the figures are already there. Okay, no need to refresh because I have already connected this sheet to the SmartView, so I'm getting the result. Now just match it with the requirement sheet. And are we getting the correct result or not? So in the first year, it should be 1,67,971. Yes, correct. Let's mark it with a green color. Second one is it should be 13,239. That is also correct. Third one is it should be 2,505. Definitely, it is also correct. Then 2,7,354. So yes, this is also correct. Then it should be 28,480. So that is also correct. And then it should be 69,945. That is also correct. So in this way, you can calculate the net increase or decrease in the cash. If there are any negative figures, so that is already available because we have applied the correct formula. Now the next thing is opening cash, how the opening cash has been calculated. So there is again, if we see the sheet, so first year there is no opening cash because second year the opening cash has taken the previous year net increase or decrease in cash plus uh, what changes have been made there. So it should be 1,67,971. Okay, this is um, in the next from the next year we can see that 1,67,971, 181,210, 183,715, then 211,069, and then it is 239,550. So in this way we can achieve that also. And the next thing, okay, one more thing, you can directly write the figures also. If it is not correct, you see that there is something wrong have been taken, so you can again connect to the panel, Smart View. Okay, yes. So I'm just removing it for now. I'm just manually writing the figures like 1,167,971. Then the second one, it should be this plus this. Okay, so I can write the formula as well. I mean the prior opening cash plus the net increase or decrease in cash. So it should be 181,210. Then it should be 183,715. The next one, it should be 211,069. I hope it is correct. 18171837152111065. Sorry, 211069. Okay. When I click on submit data, so I'll be getting the numbers in my closing cash balance. Now let's review, because I have applied one formula here in the closing cash balance. So this is net increase or decrease in cash plus opening cash. Then we can get the closing cash. So it should be in the first year 167,971, then 181,210. Absolutely correct. 183,715, 211,069, then 239,549, or maybe 239,550, the rounding of differences, right? And then, yeah, from here we need to check. So it is absolutely matched with the requirement sheet. So in this way, you can prepare the cash flow statement by using the member formulas. And one more thing, for the sake of validation, you can create some data input forms. So that is also convenient to, like, for the presentation purpose, it is recommended. Otherwise, you can match the figures from the smart way as well. So I hope it is clear. Now, one more thing. If you see the requirement sheet, so at last this closing cash balance will be transferred to the balance sheet directly in the cash amount. Okay. So when you see the balance sheet, this is taking again the reference from J78. That means it is finally taking the closing cash balance of this. So let's see if it is coming in my balance sheet as well. So I'm just searching the members from my balance sheet under the total assets, current asset. Yes. So I have already applied the member formula so that it will take the reference from closing cash balance from the cash flow statement. So definitely the figures are absolutely correct. See. These figures should be visible here. 167,971, 181,210, 183,715, 211,069. From here I need to match, or maybe the last figure is 239,550. So in this way you can create your own cash flow statement by using the member formulas, or simultaneously you can go with the business rules as well. Okay. The main thing is the drivers you take, that should be correctly calculating in the member formula, or the functions you use here, that is also correct, then you can get the result. Okay, so this is all for the day. I hope it is clear to you guys, and if still you are having any doubts or problems, then you can definitely write us over the www.bispsolutions.com. So thank you so much.